Well, can you tell me the fucking time? Well, I'll tell you what the time is. It's time to wake up, yeah. Pick a word, my friends. This conspiracy, feed it full of fucking lies, eating shit and spitting me. Suffocation round my back is rooted in my eyes. I got a fucking noose, you're hanging out tonight. Wake up, yeah. Time to wake up.
Got a hairy moose and he's going out tonight. Wake up.
Hello, welcome to episode 109 of the Big Conspire. I'm Lee.
I'm Rick the hairy moose.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's too right.
Ooh. How are you doing?
I'm alright. How you doing, bro? How's your hairy moose?
I'm a bit moosey. Tonight. I'm a bit moosey. I'm feeling a bit moosey. Other than that, I'm alright. Bit crooked. Looking good, man. Looking good. Looking very 80s. Love it. Looking very George
Hello,
Michael.
every time I see you, your hair's looking younger.
Innit? I've sold
Face is old as fuck, but
I sold my left. I sold the nerve in my side of my face so I could have young looking hair.
get younger looking. Although
Trading.
it is, the style is looking more Trumpian. I'm not sure
MAGA
it's
hair.
real.
MAGA, as we decided earlier. MAGA.
MAGA hair.
Mother of all gun.
What? Mother of all? That doesn't make any
Mother-
sense.
Mother of all gummy
Mother and
something.
gumption asses.
Gumption asses. Gumption asses. Suck my gumption ass.
Bro, how you been? It's been a week. You alright? Feeling better?
Bit fucking lazy, man. Doing nothing.
Yeah. Slug-like.
Started studying a medium course.
Have you?
I haven't really. Well,
What? Why
I
say
have.
it? It's like,
because technically
doing
I
this.
have.
I've started doing handstands. No, I haven't really.
well, there's this audio book I listen to on Spotify, and it's
Okay. So you
medium.
have.
Yeah. So technically, I have. Yeah. Well, I haven't actually done.
Why
any
did
of
you
the-
say you haven't?
Well, because I haven't done any of the actual thing, like the meditation or anything like that. It's called. Shall I tell you what it's called?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what it's called. It's called Modern Mediumship by someone. Because it's not loading now. Because typically, it's called Modern Mediumship by Johan Paulsen.
Okay.
From Sweden. It's all right. I just wanted something to, as I was walking the dog and stuff and going down the shops, put my headphones on, I thought
So basically, you haven't been doing medium stuff. You've just been listening to someone talking about it.
well,
You're listening to
it's
an
like,
audio
it's a
book.
it's a course. It's like a course that you do. So I'm started, like when you go into a course, they tell you about the course, and so technically I've started the course. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm doing night school for mediumship ish. Except it's not a night. I haven't started it, but I have. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're listening to it.
It's-
You haven't done any
I've-
exercises
I've-
yet.
I've-
But are you planning on doing the exercises?
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much done them before anyway. It's not like a lot of the stuff's not. It's not. Well, it's not really new stuff. Like, no, you know,
Look at
like
me,
when
all
you
medium shipped up.
no, when you meditate, you know. But there's a difference
I don't
between
know.
knowing. To know and not to do is not to know. Said some Japanese person once one time.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
To know
Took
and
me a
not
bit
to
to
do
think
is
about
to
that
not
for
to
a
know.
minute. Yes,
Yeah, it's like if you know,
true though, is it?
it is true.
It's
If
not,
you know stuff but you don't apply it, you might as well not know it.
not really. It's good to have knowledge.
Yeah.
I know lots of stuff I don't use. I still much prefer knowing it.
Then you might as well not. The point is is to not know because you don't do it.
But
It's not like knowing how to speak English. It's like, well, maybe it is like
But
that.
also, there'll be times where I can't use stuff all the time, but it might, like, there may be one instance somewhere where something I've learnt will be interesting and help me out. Because
Yeah,
I'm
of
not
course. I
doing
mean,
it
just
every
'cause you-
single day, and doesn't mean that I shouldn't know it at all. That's dumb.
Well, it's like, well, to know.
I understand the principle behind
Yeah,
it, but it's also
it's more.
dumb.
I think it's more to do with, for me, it is like the mediumship or astral travel or that kind of stuff. If you, or
Like
to
if
be,
you was
if
a
you,
really good carpenter and then you never done carpentry, then you might as well not know carpentry.
Yeah, it's kind of like
sort of
that.
thing?
Yeah, sort of.
I think
Well,
so.
no, mine. Yeah, it is, but it's more like if you know to be how to be. All right. No, it's more like if you know how to lucid dream, but you never practice lucid dreaming. That because I'm talking from like a spiritual kind of thing, man. Or you know how to. Yeah,
Right.
if you know how to be a medium, if you're a medium, but I don't even know. I
I'm
don't
a
know. Fuck
large.
it. I like it. I like the saying anyway.
Okay, I understand. But also, in some respects, yes. If
I wouldn't
you're
expect you to
practice
agree
at
with me about
something-
anything. So
if you practice something and you never use it, then what's the point? But you could just have lots of knowledge about stuff. Like you could know loads. Not that I do. Like geography, you don't use. Not a geography teacher. Someone asks you
Yeah.
something like the capital of a place, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know where that is. Doesn't mean.
it's not even geography now, is it? I mean, it is, but if you go and do geography,
Of course
no,
it is.
It's
What,
like
what else it come under?
no, it is, but you end up. It's like what all the like they start going into all the bits, elements of the earth and all that shit. Geology, don't they? It's like geography.
Well,
comes
maybe you know
geology
that as
and-
well.
I don't.
But because you're not a geologist, doesn't mean you shouldn't know it.
I'm quite good at like basic Trivial Pursuit geography, but it's like not comfortable. Anyway, whatever.
Anyway, we've just gone off
Whatever.
and on about fucking some stupid quote.
Procrastination, digression. Yeah, was it a stupid quote?
No,
We'll
it
talk
probably
about
wasn't.
that. This episode
great-
is about
great
stupid.
It's a great
We could have
quote.
done an episode about stupid quotes, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Stupid quotes. Anyway, how am I? I'm all right. Yeah, no abductions, no spectral,
Hounds chasing you.
none of that. No,
Okay.
nothing.
Seen any
Nothing.
clowns with balloons
No, only
in sewers?
seen no clowns. No. No. Have you seen any clowns?
I haven't. No. Strangely enough, I haven't seen any.
Been down any sewers?
Um,
Hounslow doesn't count.
only social media.
Yeah. Did you see?
Metaphorical sewers.
Did you see? They're banning under 16-year-olds from using social media in Australia.
Yes.
Not a good thing. Might be a good thing.
No.
Good for some
Are they-
people, but
are they
generally
banning
it's.
them or restricting it?
Well, I haven't read the story. Well, I looked at the story. I haven't read the whole small print, but I think it was kind of like banning them. You won't be able to use social media if you're under 16.
Most social medias aren't they meant to be restricted anyway? Don't you have to be a certain age
18,
to
12
get on
or
them?
something like that, isn't it?
actually get an account? You have to be a certain age.
Yeah.
I expect most people just lie about that.
I think Facebook used to be something like that. I don't really know. It doesn't really bother us.
So
does it?
how are
'Cause
they
we
going to restrict it? They're going to make you like
provide
if
ID,
you
I suppose.
provide ID, passport. Or,
Yeah. For in that country, yeah, you'll have to do. They'll gatekeep it, won't they?
trash anyway, innit? Social media. Let's be serious.
It is trash, but it does spread ideas, though, doesn't it? It does spread ideas. That's that they don't want people having free thought and spreading ideas. Youth.
I'm not sure it gives a lot of people free thought. To tell you the truth,
It
If you look at
free.
it,
It does. It does. It gives.
I'm
It
not
does.
sure.
You get idea. Yeah. Well, I am quite sure
No.
about it. Why? What? So you're better off not having social media because people would learn less stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure people learn a lot of stuff on social media.
You do.
The average
get-
person, no.
What is the average? Let's
'Cause-
not be snob average. We are the
Yeah,
average
let's
person.
do
so
that. Yeah, let's be snobby like that. I don't think
We
you
are-
do.
there's lots of people that have had their I think eyes open to shit what's going on in the world through
All the free thinkers.
through
Have you
X
seen
and
Have you seen
Twitter
the
and
stuff that the free thinkers are saying on X and that? There's not
Look.
much freedom, not much free
Look.
thinking going on. It's
You're-
just
you're free-
parroting sheepiness.
yeah, but you're still free to find out, and then you do get a lot of that you may not have seen a lot of videos that come out, etc. That people think, there's a lot of people in the world. There's a lot of people that wouldn't be exposed to certain things if they weren't on social media. They'd miss it if they weren't allowed to go on social media, or even let's say it starts there and then goes onto the internet, doesn't it? It'll be like unless you've got a good social rating, you can't use the internet. You get adults being restricted. My mouth's really fuckedy tonight. Restricted to. It's a slope, man. It's a
Yes,
slope.
probably. But
You know, it's just social media.
what I was saying
Maybe
is
restrict
apart
it to
from
under
what you're
12,
saying,
over 12.
because I don't generally think a lot of social media is full of
A lot of
insightful.
it, probably 80% is shit.
No, I think
without even
far
knowing the
more than
numbers, but
80%.
maybe. I mean,
It's mostly an echo chamber as well, isn't it? Supported
But-
by the views you want to look at.
yeah, probably, yeah, because you get it like the algorithms and stuff like that. But you can still, there's still a lot of stuff there. People can, I don't know, find expanded
There is.
minds and stuff like that. So
It depends what you're looking at. There's a lot of, say, science
Yeah,
stuff or how to do
maybe,
stuff, all that. But in a certain space, there's a lot of bullshit, isn't there?
yeah, but it's because discernment, isn't it? It's not up to other people to decide what you should look at, what you can discern. You know,
Oh, I'm not saying that.
that's
but
what I
just
think. I think it should be down to you to decide whether you know
just a lot of it
you want to
is-
follow something or.
especially the people who claim to be free thinkers, they're generally not.
Explain.
You know the sort of things we're talking about. It's like, oh, we're so, you know, there'd be posts about the sheeple and that, and then you look at everything they're looking at, and it's just repeating the same old
The same
fucking
stuff.
tired old dross, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I do understand. I understand what you're saying, but I don't like censorship of any form, to be honest with you. Don't like it. I think it should be up to individuals and that, you know. Don't hurt anybody. People do end up hurting people, etc. But that's it. Let people decide for themselves. Government shouldn't be involved in fucking nothing apart from making sure my street lights turn on. Nothing.
Okay.
And maybe, you know, providing
Then you need to go back to school
police or
and
whatever.
teach people critical thinking from an early
Ain't
age.
do nothing.
'Cause most what?
What, me? I have to go out to
Well,
school
not
and
you,
teach
but I
people.
think school needs to teach critical thinking because
They should
there's a
start.
severe lack
Yeah,
of
they
it.
should. Oh, massively. Yeah. I completely agree. Yeah. Very lacking. It's like, yeah, but it would almost teaching non-free thinking, aren't they? You're not allowed to say things, and it's
Of
ridiculous.
course.
Absolutely ridiculous. I know, like now people want to say, I don't know. Now people, because you're not allowed to say certain things, people are like swinging the other way and saying it even worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, just but you shouldn't. Just the whole thing
Also,
of-
swinging the other way and saying stuff even worse. But a lot of what they're saying is just bullshit.
yes. It's just, but it still creates friction,
They're not-
doesn't it?
They're not critically thinking and saying this stuff. They're just repeating stuff they've heard. And
Yeah. Loads of it. There is so much of it, and it's the same boring old. Oh, if whatever the story is, it's like, oh, it's probably the immigrants or like, but it's got to be trolls or bots or whatever doing this, because it's almost like word for word the same, unless they just, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
there is a lot of bots
you know what I mean?
and
It's-
trolls, but
yeah.
someone's making them do that to influence people to think a certain way.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
anyway, that's I don't know.
Anyway.
There's a wide
Why
range of
why was that?
conversation.
Was it,
I don't know,
because
something
I
to do
said
with
about the
censorship and
yeah, in Australia, isn't it? It's like the thing of, yeah.
yeah,
I don't know,
it's
'cause
not
you
one
start with the youth,
single-
don't you?
It's not one single issue. There's censorship. There's trying to help people not be what's called subjected to what they call harmful content. Whatever you decide that is, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, there
I
is
haven't really-
something.
I think about it, but I haven't really got a handle on it because that stuff wasn't around when I was a kid, so I don't know how harmful it's going to be.
It wasn't, was it? I mean, what did we have? We had nothing,
No.
literally. I don't really know. As a kid, nothing. We had telephones, if you're lucky.
Yeah, you had the news, like harmful content, like porn's.
Yeah,
like very
actually, the
available
harmful
on-
content was the news, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Subjected to the
But,
news.
Like, I suppose people are talking a lot like porn, the thing to the easy access to porn, but we didn't have that. It's like if you found a magazine in a bush, that was it, wasn't it? Like an old. That was our
make
exposure
dodgy,
to it when we were younger.
dodgy video collection, or you'd go and find some dodgy videos that were dumped somewhere or something like, you know what I mean?
you know,
Like some
that's our
garages or
exposure.
whatever.
So today's so much
Definitely,
different from what we say. Yeah, and just
Yeah.
people saying stuff like, oh, there'll be like telling people to harm themselves and those sort of videos, which people get caught up in. And
yeah, they do. Yeah,
I don't really know. So maybe they need it.
Didn't just be. Yeah, I don't know. Some people need it, but you can't. It's like
You don't know. You don't know, do you? Well, yeah, stop everyone. So I don't know.
I don't know what to write. I don't think the government. I don't think the Australian government is in the right. I don't think they're in the right. I don't think they're doing it for the right reasons at all.
Probably not.
You know, it's just to stop. Cut it off at the feet. You know, dissension and all that.
Yeah, just get people used to censorship. Like, and when these people, like the people you say under 16, so in 10 years' time, the people who are 8, they're now 18. And they'll be the government say, "Oh well, we're just going to stop this," and they'll be like, "Oh well, we were restricted anyway." It's all just becomes natural, doesn't it? Normal.
Yeah.
Normalisation.
Well, maybe, probably what it is. Yeah, they start then, and then as they get older, they're just like, we accept it. Unless they don't, maybe people will stop staying in or going on their phones, and then they'll meet up and do stuff, and it'll be like, "Oh, we've got to have a curfew for under 16s or some shit like that." I don't know. Who knows?
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
If we survive.
Wow. I think all right. No, I watched Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
It was a bit slow. It was a bit
I started
interesting,
watching it about a month ago, and I don't know.
It took me all day to watch it because it was quite slow. I kept going doing other stuff. It wasn't like the most
it's hardly
entertaining
sort of rock star shit going on, is it? It's just
no, not really. You're like physicists, and his geezer's just pretty much a dick as well.
Yeah.
Just, you know, he's a womanizer and about as autistic as it comes. Like, you know, like Shelby from bloody
Sheldon,
well, Shelby, whoever that is, Sheldon.
Yeah.
Not like, I
think he was like
not quite like that, but
he was like he wasn't super smart, but he was good at organising. No, but in
I think he was.
The sense of some other people. I think his main thing was he managed to organise all the scientists to come together.
Yeah,
to get the. He was like the central hub that made everything work.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot harder. I think that was his superpower, to get everyone together and make that shit work. If it did really work.
I was saying that they didn't know
that critical thinking though. You'd find that on social media.
Oh, if it didn't work, I asked the Japanese whether it worked or not.
Well, some people say it didn't work. It's just a big firebomb. There's no nuclear bombs.
I think they are. I think you'll find they are. I think you'll find they're thermonuclear weapons as well, which are worse than nuclear bombs. So, like there was a bit in it when they were like, I don't know whether this was for because I don't. Is it a book? I don't know. Was it
real life?
It's real. No, do you know what I mean? Like with how they talk about the historic thing of it, where at some point they had calculations that they didn't know whether it would actually set off a chain reaction.
Yeah,
that would destroy the world because it.
But they thought they'd test it anyway,
sort of thing.
Just in case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, because they were like,
it shows
actually,
you. Like,
we built a bomb that would destroy the world and then tested it, sort of thing. Yeah.
It might set off a chain reaction and destroy the. I don't know, set fire to the atmosphere and continue setting fire to everything till life on Earth is dead. Oh, we'll test it anyway.
Well, I mean, you don't think nuclear weapons are that bad? You've had this conversation before.
No, I never said
they're not really
that's
bad
not why I said that.
Well, kind of.
No, I was talking about the radiation effects after the bomb has gone off. That's what the main thing of it was.
Oh,
the dissipation of radiation is not. Like, if you drop a bomb, everything will be irradiated for 1,000 years. That's not true.
No, unless you drop it on a nuclear power plant.
Yes, well, nuclear power plants do irradiate things because it's a different type of. It's a different type of. What's it called? Thing. Mass. Radiation. It's a different type of radiation leakage. Radiation, like a core of a nuclear power plant, it'll have a meltdown, and that core will be there, giving off radiation for the next 10,000 years.
But it's safe and clean, man.
They are pretty clean as long as they don't melt down.
Safe and clean, or get hit by tsunamis and stuff.
Well, yeah, don't build your
earthquakes on a fault line
on an earthquake thing.
You've got to build it, but mostly by the sea, though, haven't you? Because of the water or whatever. But anyway, I digress. Whatever. I don't know. I keep using that word and don't even know what it means.
What, digress?
Yeah.
The digression away from.
It's like when you
were.
go off on a tangent.
Yeah, like a
What does
branch.
tangent mean? Oh my god.
Also,
So many different words. Procrastinationally, tangentially, digressing.
yeah. Background to the beginning.
That
Bro,
is. What? Bro.
had any weirdness going on in your life since I last spoke to you?
Only my face. Like,
Apart from that, we all know about that.
no, I've not had. No, I haven't. Have you had any? Did you have any weird, any shit going down? Any little weird shit?
You know those things where things happen and you just attribute it to. Well, you can either say it was random, or you can look at it and go, "Wow, something."
Yeah, go on. Well, that's synchronicity things.
Yeah.
Come on, give it then.
Remember before I said people say, well, if you get that ringing in your ears, it's like
Yeah.
angels talking to you or God's talking to you or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Something otherworldly is talking to you. Okay. I had last week I went to the shop and I was walking back and the sky, nighttime, sky is quite clear, and at the moment Jupiter's really bright in the sky. I was walking along, I was looking at Jupiter, I was like, Jupiter, that's king of the gods, in it, like pretty much Zeus, Jupiter, Zeus, same thing, aren't they?
I'll tell you a story I read earlier about Jupiter. So I'll carry on.
I was okay, how can I say this? I was thinking about it. Oh, once she was a god, king of the gods, whatever. People were praying to you. Thought, no one probably bothers with that sort of stuff anymore. As you walk along, you're having like these random conversations to yourself, and you're just like, all right, Jupiter, maybe like you used to be powerful. Maybe you can like do something for me. I don't know. And I was walking along thinking, what can I do? I'm not praying to you. And also I'm not like giving up my energy to you or like offering my children up. It's like, probably no one's talking to you anymore. So maybe every now and again, I'm just going to talk to you and like have a chat with you, Jupiter, make you relevant in my head again. And as I said that, my fucking left ear went, done that ringing thing. I was like, oh, okay, you're listening. That was like,
is it the really bright one that's up at the moment?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I was looking at that on the way, literally, as I was coming back.
That probably was Jupiter. So I had that ringing in my ear. I was like, oh, okay, you're listening. And then since then, I haven't spoken to Jupiter, so probably a bit pissed off of me. That was one thing.
So take that either way. Like, oh my God, Lee's not talking to me anymore.
I know, because I'm the only person in the whole world who's talking to Jupiter
not anymore
as Jupiter.
Me as well. Starts now.
So that was ringing. Then obviously it went away, and I went home and drunk some wine that I went down the shop and brought and forgot about it. Is that weird? Is that a thing?
No, that's definitely a thing. That's 100% a thing. When was it? How long ago?
Oh, a week ago.
Maybe you should have paid attention. You wouldn't have broke your car.
6 days ago. Yes, maybe that's a thing. I just thought about that. But that wasn't the deal.
No, it wasn't. But
that wasn't the deal I was giving him. That wasn't the deal I was giving to the king of the gods.
They do what they want. You said about king of the gods or whatever, but I was some random videos started popping up about Salvia on my feed, my social media feed. So I started reading some of the stories. One of the stories come up was there's someone who used Salvia, turned into the king of gorillas and lived on the king of gorillas on Jupiter for 863 years. So they existed as the king of the gorilla god on Jupiter for 863 years. Yeah, that was their experience.
How are they living on Jupiter?
It's a Salvia experience. I don't know. I didn't explain it. It was there was so many
Yeah.
very similar to my experiences of
I
life.
suppose being a god, he doesn't have to be a physical thing. He lives in the realm of gods on Jupiter.
Yeah, the realm of gods on
sense.
Jupiter as a gorilla god for 860 odd years. Yeah, other people were like a tree for 1,000 years, and like the whole. I was lucky then. I got away with infinite being, of immortal light, and the carpet and the wall. So very strange, very interesting. I thought I'm not doing that.
I had a synchronicity as well today.
Okay, cool.
As you
Other
know,
than Jupiter.
I have to speak to Jupiter about it. We're delivery drivers. That's our job. We go out, do multi-stop stuff.
Okay.
And obviously there's you often go to the same places, but you meet people, but you don't always remember the name. Obviously, if you do the same route every day for years, you get to know all the people, but I don't do that. I do random shit all the time.
I did the same route for about 13 years, and I couldn't remember anybody's name still.
I bet you could remember a lot of people's names.
I really didn't.
Okay. Anyway, so you turn up to the place and you'll be like, every day you ask them, oh, what's your name? What's your name? You forget, or you remember a few people. So today I was doing the delivery. I'd only done it I've been doing it all week. So I've been there for 5 days. Well, I don't think I've been to the place. So I've seen the bloke a couple of times. And as I was listening to a podcast. So as I'm going up to the door, reversing up to the door, I was thinking, what's the bloke's name? Because obviously it's easier if you can just put their name down without having to fucking look like an idiot and ask him the same name. And as I was reversing, I was thinking, what's his name? And then the people on the podcast were talking. They were reading out people's messages, whatever. And they said, this is a message from Caleb. And I was like, oh, fuck it, it's Caleb, isn't it? That's his name. It's like, just I was thinking, what's his name? And they said, Caleb. Yeah. I was like, Caleb's his name. It's like a synchronicity. So I remembered his name.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
But it's just,
definitely,
I listened to podcasts and I just happened to be pulling up exactly at the point where I needed to know that name for that person. And that's the only person in the whole of that thing that I know's called that. Yeah. So
and it's not a very common name either, is it? Anywhere, really, let's be honest. I did have one weird thing, but it's a technology thing, and I told you about this. My wife asked me to get something for her. What was it? Just get an email and forward the email, because she was at work. I had to go into emails and send a forward email so she could print it off. I did it, and she sent back to me, you're a star. And I was going to send back, no, you're being all loving, you're my star or whatever. But my phone, before I even done it, I didn't touch my phone. She sent back, you're a star. My phone sent back, I am. In reply to her, I swear I had not touched my phone. It just went, I am, like saying that I am a star. I'm just saying.
I don't even know if phones even do that.
Well, mine did. What do you mean, can it do it?
I know you can.
It replied in a text.
You can do voice things. So maybe did you say something?
No, I was texting. I was typing it out. I was going to type it out. I was going to type out. She sent you're a star. I was going to type back. No, you're my star. And it literally there it says it sent back I am, and I sent back. That's really weird. As my phone replied I am before I typed anything. That's why it literally. I was like, what the fuck? It sent it, typed it, and sent it. I am.
The AI's onto you.
Or maybe I'm just connected to my phone, and it was my subconscious typing it.
Yeah, I just wondered if you said something out loud, and it. You've got text to speech, haven't you? Speech to text.
Yeah,
sorry,
but I don't use. I mean, I have. No, I don't. The only thing I've used is
Is that even turned on your phone?
It's. I mean, if you can do it, but I didn't say I am. I didn't. Because I hadn't even
started. Was the TV on? Did it say anything? I'm just trying to look at these different angles, or maybe your phone's just sentient.
Oh, fucking sentient, great, dickhead.
Dickhead.
Fuck you. Well, fuck.
It's gonna fucking buy a load of shit coins with your fucking money now.
Oh, fuck, I ain't got no money. Fucking good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Sell all
anyway.
Crypto.
No, I can't do it. It ain't on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Separate.
Bro, did you have any meaningful dreams while we're at it?
Yeah, don't know yet if it's meaningful yet, but I did have a very vivid 9/11-esque. Tell you what it was. It was at a UK, I think it was like a Royal Air Force memorial. That's what it felt like to me, like a Royal Air Force memorial. And then I just remember seeing that, and then I went off, as you do, off somewhere else in the dream. And they were like, there were like planes in the sky, and it just said, my dream just said to me 9/11. Like 9/11 event. That's what it said to me. It was like different flashing pictures, and then it went really fucking weird because this train turned up. Just like train turned up out of nowhere, and all these soldiers from the future got off, and one of them said to me, "Major, nice to see you again, Major." I was like, "Oh, I must be from the future then." And then some Germans from the Second World War started trying to shoot me with machine guns. And I was hiding behind wood and stuff. So that was weird. But just saying that meaningful, it felt like it was telling me there's going to be a UK 9/11 event.
Okay.
Which means it doesn't mean
be a major.
I already am a major.
Which is disappointing, isn't it? I mean, if it's got down to where they've made you a major in the army in the future, like fuck.
Nah,
Must be the end of the world.
it could be reincarnation shit, couldn't it? Past memories or whatever, you know.
Future memories.
Future, yeah, where either, yeah, it could be, yeah. Not in this
Reincarnation
life.
of the
Ain't going to
future.
be no. Ain't be
What
no.
did these future
none of
soldiers
that,
look like?
I can't remember. I don't know. Don't know. Actually, don't know. Can't picture it. They were just there,
Okay.
just like, and I knew them, and they knew me. And it was just, yeah, just got off this train. It was a time traveling train. They just got off it, and they were like, yeah,
It's a time traveling train.
it was, you know, as doing dreams. But the main thing was the and also I had another one. I was on a hill. It was in London somewhere. I was in London. It was definitely UK. I'm sure it was in London, and I could hear this fucking air raid siren going off, like a, you know, like the air raid siren, and I'm like, oh shit! I could not work out where it was coming from. I thought, but we're up high, so we're in serious trouble. Yeah,
It wasn't like that. Though.
not like that. No, it was
Okay.
like the beginning of.
What about?
Yeah, I could hear that all over the hill, and I
That'd
just
be
kind
a
of knew
better
there was
siren, wouldn't it?
this nuke was going to go off somewhere, but I
That's
didn't
just
know
in your
where.
head, isn't it? From
That was I mean,
recent, what people talk
Yeah.
about recently.
pretty much like what I've been thinking about for the past 40 years, really. So it's like, yeah. But other than that, you dream
Dreams,
wise or
no,
anything?
Nothing. I've had loads of quite vivid dreams again, but nothing
No, you should-
interesting.
I did start writing down, so I wrote this. You know, I started writing them down. So
It's difficult though, because you wake up, like I wake up in the middle of the night after having a dream. What am I meant to do? Get up, put the light on, and write shit down?
you know, you got to just scribble it in shorthand. That's what my handwriting looks all the time anyway.
It's
So
dark.
it's like
What am I meant to do? Turn the light on.
you just need to
Wake the
remember it
wife
for the
up.
morning.
Yeah, but that's the point. If I could remember it, then I'd be telling you now, wouldn't I?
I suppose, yeah.
I mean, they're just dreams. So then, if it's something that
You say
pops
that.
up and you think, "Oh, that felt I don't know,
Real,
important."
vivid, important, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
it's
write it down.
vivid because I've had vivid dreams. But if it felt important, then maybe I try and remember it and tell you. But I haven't had anything. I've had vivid dreams, but nothing that's feels important.
Yeah, okay. Well, I felt my one was it felt important.
Okay.
Even the whole time travel thing felt important as well, in a way. I don't know.
Maybe that's what the UAPs are, time travelers.
Wow,
Us from the future.
tiny time travelers.
Maybe they're us from
Did-
the past.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video? Apparently, it was taken by the pilot of the blue ball that was on the
Yes.
runway. What is that about?
I don't know.
Was it real?
Also, don't
Fuckers?
know. Looked a bit
Don't
fake.
know. Yeah. I couldn't entirely make it
balloon.
out what they were trying to explain. They showed it like they could see like this blue, strange ball floating above the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but first of all, it was like something in the sky, and then I don't know. I couldn't really work out where it went. They said it was shot off or whatever, but
the report was, yeah, it was on the ground and then it shot up into the air.
yeah,
But it's just a couple of pictures, so
yeah,
could be a
Look-
balloon.
look-
couldn't it? A bit balloony,
yeah. It could be a balloon, yeah,
bit fake.
bit fake. Yeah, I mean, the other stuff's not necessarily fake when they've been sending up planes and stuff like that. I mean, sending up planes
to
chasing them, apparently
Chasing them.
chasing off these, and you're saying these small drones, they're bigger than cars. I'm hearing that these drones are bigger than cars. They're not
I
like
saw something like that as well.
like swarms of them. It's like they're not obviously not. They're like the police are like going, oh, they're saying when we catch you, you're going to prosecute them. It's where seriously, what are you going to do? Go to Mars or Jupiter or
Jupiter
wherever,
and speak to
the-
the
under the sea
monkey
into
king.
the different dimension or whatever. It's quite. You don't think so? You think it's drones, but it can't be.
No, I
can't
don't.
be.
First of all, the reports were like drones over, was it Milden Hall mostly?
Yeah, and Lake
the
and Heath
moment,
and
Lake and Heath, yeah. Milden
yeah.
Hall. Is it Milden Hall? Is that one of them?
There's 4 different bases. It was.
And
so I
they
think I've
didn't
got
really
them
say
on
the size. I think it was only something you sent me yesterday that said about the size of them. It's like the
Yeah.
size of a car. It's like, oh, that changes it a little bit. If that's
There've
even
been
true.
4 bases in England that are used by the Americans. Lake and Heath, Milden Hall, Feltwell, and Fairwood in southwest England. So yeah, but they were sending up like Ospreys and Apache
Apache
gunships apparently
gunships,
and shit
apparently.
like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not being funny. If they were actual like operated by somebody, they'd have them, would they? You know, they would. Yeah, apparently these bases are ones that
Probably.
quite possibly have nuclear, arsenal there as well. So, is it all this fake alien invasion or real alien
Yeah.
invasion or?
3rd of December, apparently.
All right, okay.
Fake-
Well, when that comes and
fake,
goes, we can change to
fake
try a
alien
different one.
combat in
That's
the
Monday,
sky.
isn't it? Tuesday.
Yeah, saying that apparently because it was to
Wednesday?
do
It's the
with
first on
someone.
Tuesday.
Someone wrote a book or
Tuesday.
done some predictions years ago, and some of them came true. And then he said that after he predicted Trump was going to get elected again, and then 30 days later there'd be aliens in the sky
Oh yeah, I saw that.
having a fight. And I don't know if any of that's true. It's probably all made up, and there's no proof to it. So I think it's the 3rd of December.
I've seen
Project
some other
Bluebeam.
very peculiar videos of like these lights, like shoot, like Star Warsy. Like,
Yeah,
can you
no,
know,
I haven't seen them.
almost like if they were just doing that and coming back, I'd say it was like they were projecting them onto the clouds, but it's not. It's like right above the clouds. It's like loads of them. Like,
It's all blue beam. It's all.
it's blue beam. It's fake shit. It's fake, but
Is it? We're just going to say
I
that
don't
until
know.
we get any more information.
so is it going? It's going to be basically they're going to be the brink of extinction. We're going to like have a nuclear war, maybe, or they're just going
Have
to
a
launch the
nuclear
mass
war.
missile. Hang on, listen, and there could be like they'll launch missiles and be like, oh, and then the aliens will stop it. They'll be like, oh, the aliens are here. We've got to
I
fight
can see
them
it.
or some shit. And is that what it is?
Or-
Or the
or
aliens
no.
stop it and
No,
be
they'll
like,
be like,
we
we're
unite
here.
to fight them.
We've come to tell you that Jesus is real. We've stopped them. Jesus and Muhammad and all of them are real.
That's
but
the
they're
one,
all the
isn't it?
same
Yeah.
thing. Oh, just follow this one religion that's all of the religions. Yeah, that could work. Well, it won't work on
Everyone's-
me.
Won't work. Well, I don't know.
It'll work on some people. It'll
I
work
can,
on enough.
if I can get like a high up position there and make loads of money out of it, I'm
Like a
up for it.
major. If you can be a major in the new religion.
Yeah, I'm going to be a yeah.
Make
I'm
loads of
going
money out of it.
to embrace the new religion and become a preacher or something.
Anyway, moving away from that, it's going back to social media.
Can you
stuff
move
I've
away
seen-
from the one true religion?
Yeah,
Go on.
well, I am going to. Stuff I've seen on social media in the past week.
You shouldn't be
to
looking at
do
social
with-
media.
No, I'm going to. To do
Oh, no.
with Ukraine, obviously.
Yes.
Ukraine's like the most
Ukraine.
interesting thing going on at the moment.
Ukraine.
Waiting for World War. I don't think there's going to be World War III. Well, there might be World War III. I don't think we're going to get all blown up because then everyone loses their power because everything will collapse.
For everybody in Ukraine at the moment, people in the front line, people in them towns and that, that's World War III, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like
People
nuclear.
in Lebanon, it's World War III. People in Palestine.
We're not talking about that. I'm not talking
People
serious.
getting
I'm not
killed
talking
in war
serious
around
shit.
the
I'm
world
talking-
at the moment, man.
I'm talking
It's World
random
War
shit.
III. Okay,
Where they
shut up, yeah.
keep saying, "Oh, Putin's gonna nuke us." It's like, he's really not going to. I don't think he's going to. I don't think there's going to be a nuclear World War III, nuclear Armageddon,
sure.
because then they lose all their power. All the people in power now have got power
Yeah,
because
they
they
don't
control
care.
the systems. Yeah, but they've got no systems to control. Until the robots are ready to replace humans so they can live in their utopian
when-
underground silos, there's no point, is there?
When they decided to build the nuclear bomb, they thought they could build a nuclear bomb and it would stop anyone else building a nuclear bomb because it'd be too terrible. They also thought maybe it'll end this war, maybe it'll end all wars. But it didn't. These
It's ended
people
all. Yeah, do you know why it hasn't?
because
Because everyone hasn't got
just
nuclear
carry on.
bombs. If you just give everyone a nuclear bomb, then you can't fight each
a
other.
nuclear bomb.
Oh, give
It would, though.
everyone 10 nuclear bombs.
I don't know. I don't think it works that way. I don't think they don't
Don't
care. They don't. I don't. Because they think they're
Someone
safe.
cares.
They think they're a bit bigger and better and
No, but
more
if everyone's
safer
got
and-
exactly the same amount of bombs, missiles, warheads,
God,
then
yeah,
we're all
I-
equal.
Well, no one had
Everyone's-
any,
Well, yeah, that's not going to work, is it? No one.
and no one had any guns.
No, but that's not going to stop war because if no one's got nuclear bombs, we're still fighting wars. If
Well, no one had
everybody's,
guns.
but that's not going to work either. We can't just get rid of guns. If everybody had 100 nuclear missiles, apart from the crazy fucking religious people. Oh,
But everyone, can I have them?
yeah, every country has got 100 nuclear missiles. Mutually assured destruction is assured. Wars would end.
They
Or
wouldn't, because you know for a
you'd
fact
get
certain
one
countries
fanatic
would just nuke.
yeah, I know. It doesn't work, does it? Because you
No,
get crazy people.
Yeah.
I mean, in
well,
theory, it
get-
should work, but it doesn't.
I love the
But
way
you
you say
can't
you get
stop-
crazy people. Who do you think runs everything? They're crazy
You
people,
know,
right?
like,
but
yeah,
I
but
know
the
what you're
crazy
saying.
people who run it haven't bombed people with nuclear weapons. They've had loads of wars where they could have nuked Vietnam back in the
Yeah.
70s. They didn't, because then
China.
all the drugs would
Russia,
have been
because
irradiated.
Russia
and they-
basically.
well, the Golden Triangle would have been
Soviet.
irradiated, and they couldn't have shipped all the drugs.
Well, yeah,
back
is
to-
that? Yeah. So your point is basically that they won't do it because they got too much to lose.
Yeah,
Of course, they've got too much to lose. It doesn't mean they won't do it, or they think they can do one. They think they can do use. They think they'll be able to use one or a couple.
They know they
to make
can't
a point.
use one.
But they can't because they think other people will be bluffing, but they can't. One, it will take one, and we're all fucked. That's I'm just.
No, I don't know about that. I think if Putin dropped a nuclear bomb on Ukraine, I don't think that would start a nuclear.
It would because
I don't
of
think so.
it. Because
Because what?
it would.
I don't think so.
America would respond instantly.
I don't think so.
I know you don't.
The world would be like,
I know.
this is terrible. We might all have to go to war with Russia, which might make Russia drop
I don't
more
think they'd
bombs, which
nuke
then-
Ukraine. It's ridiculous. You might as well be nuking themselves with the radiation and stuff. I mean, it's why would you wouldn't nuke your own?
I don't know. You're telling these people are crazy. I'm just saying. I think
They're more.
I'm not
They're
saying
more
he's
likely
gonna,
to
I don't
nuke
think he's
Poland
gonna.
or.
Well, no, because that's a NATO
UK.
country. That does accelerate it. At the moment, Ukraine is not. So therefore, he could drop a nuke in Ukraine. Everyone would be like, "This is terrible. Don't do that." I don't think he's going to get automatic nuclear missiles fired back at him if Putin did do that, because it doesn't make any sense to do that.
No, it doesn't make any sense to do that.
It doesn't make any sense to nuke Ukraine either. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he could potentially nuke Kiev.
And give Putin any ideas.
I think he's got enough ideas. Anyway, going back to stories I've heard, which I've totally lost now. Oh, first, there's a couple of them. First of all, one of them was like, US could give Ukraine nuclear weapons. They're like, well, that's plainly not going to happen.
No.
It comes from one source in some US department said, oh, maybe we should give Ukraine back their weapons. People were like, the US hasn't got the weapons that are in Ukraine. They all get given back to fucking
they're
Russia.
Russian. Yeah.
So he used to talk, that's like, but there's like been stuff on social medias if US give talking about giving stuff to Ukraine. And I think I sent a message to you about it. It's like, plainly America is not going to give their nuclear technology to Ukraine. It's like stuff there. It's their secrets. They're not going to give their secrets of nuclear technology to Ukraine to use, to have them there as a deterrent. Anyway, that was one of them. Other one was about, France and the UK are talking about sending soldiers to Ukraine.
That's been going on for months and months and months, hasn't it?
Although there was a slight kernel
Officially
of truth.
sending them, but they
No, because they were saying we've been training Ukrainian soldiers here. I think over the past since it's begun, we've trained 50,000 Ukrainian soldiers in the UK.
We were training them before. We were training them since before 2014.
Yeah, but I mean, the things ramped up in the past year. We've trained 50,000 Ukrainians. 50,000 Ukrainians have come to UK, been trained as soldiers and sent back to Ukraine, or in the process of that. France and England were talking about sending trainers to Ukraine to train them in Ukraine. That was what that was about. Not sending soldiers, not sending battalions of... Well, maybe.
So what's observers like?
No, not observers, as trainers, like sending French and British soldiers to Ukraine to train people to be soldiers instead of bringing them to...
It's ridiculous, saying
but they weren't.
About it.
But the story was they were sending battalions of soldiers, British troops to Ukraine.
Boots on the ground sort of thing.
Yeah, that wasn't what it was. It was like sending. I mean, there's going to be
people see headlines and don't read the stories, do they?
Well, no. This is from the pro-Russian sites. Are putting the stories out like this. There's something called, I think it's called like Bricks. One of them is it's called Bricks. So all their stories are this sort of propaganda that the West is doing this, and it's terrible, and they're taking kernels of truth and
Majors.
blowing them up into
Yeah.
And
That's
another
propaganda,
story,
like East and West, whatever
Yeah.
country does it. It
it's
does
that sort of
yeah.
stuff. I don't hear a lot of it. Well, I do. I watch people talking about the Ukraine war and stuff, and let's call it Western. The Western stuff. Some of them are way out there, but a lot of them have a more balanced view than the plainly Russian propaganda. I know you're staring at me like that, but it's just the way it goes.
I just think they're all as
Some
bad
of
as
them.
each other.
What does that mean?
Do you know what?
bad as
Do
each
you know
other?
what? I think
Because some
I'm
people
not-
try and report.
since we didn't
What's
do the
going on?
podcast since August till like 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
you've really sunk, bro. You've sunk into Western propaganda,
no, because I'm not. I'm
non-conspiratorial.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to find some facts.
You
and
reading the
I
Sun?
think. No, because they'd
Show
be
me the
more.
ma-
I think.
Show me your newspaper.
I think wouldn't they be more supporting Putin? I'm just saying, people talking, they will say what they've heard. Doesn't mean they don't always say it's true, but they don't spin it like.
Yeah,
don't know,
I don't
Britain,
look at any of the
Britain
Russian
and France
shit,
are
to be honest
putting
with you,
troops into Ukraine, and America's giving Ukraine nuclear missiles, and
Right.
it's dumb stuff. The stuff,
Yeah.
other thing they'll report. Oh, this. I don't know. This is happening. That's happening. At the moment, Russia is pushing further into Ukraine. They're like fronts. Ukrainian forces are. I don't know. They're collapsing, but they're certainly being overrun, and
Yeah.
Russia is expanding the territory.
Was it-
Daily.
Curse thing was supposed to draw troops away, but they just brought some Koreans in, didn't they? And
Apparently, yeah. Although
Apparently, so-
people even deny that. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
there are no Korean troops there. They
Oh,
didn't
you
all
said
get
earlier that apparently
didn't all get
Ukrainians have started fighting they've actually fought face
No,
to face
that
fought them or
was
something
a-
like that.
That's
You
something I
said
was
that
looking on
earlier,
the
didn't
news. That was from like earlier in the month. That was like the 6th
That's
of
what
the
I thought,
month.
yeah.
They said they'd faced.
Again, that was in Kursk because
Korean
both.
troops.
I don't know. I mean, I only
But I
know
haven't-
what's on the.
We've heard talks about the Koreans being there, or North Koreans being there, but there hasn't really been any concrete evidence of them doing
No.
anything,
No.
apart from the story that they all got given mobile phones and they're all watching loads of porn on them.
Well,
That was
again, that's
Another story I heard, this was earlier, that there was a big Russian drone attack against Ukraine, and something like 80%, there was over 160 drones, like in a swarm, and something like 80% of them, apparently the Ukrainians hacked them and sent the drones back to where they come from.
okay.
And so they like a GPS, they had like a GPS hack, so they went back to the point of origin, and it was like in Russia and Belarus, these drones went back and done drone stuff.
Okay, I didn't hear
That was
that.
one
But, I,
report.
mean,
I
that's-
don't know. Yeah, that was quite a one I saw earlier today. I don't know if that's true. Let's see. I don't know if it's true. That was
that
obviously
drone
more
swarms.
from
You've
a.
seen the Chinese drone swarms?
Oh yeah, where they do the what's it, displays.
Yeah, it's like
Crazy.
you fucked like thousands of them. Like, just it was like even the Chinese when they were doing the drills. It might be their propaganda, but I were like, no, we can't even stop this shit. Because there's just so many of them. Like, it's just ridiculous.
And coordinated like that.
Yeah, because they can
Didn't-
split off and go and attack little bits and like.
Didn't Elon say something about the future of like planes are going to be obsolete because of drones?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, you
I
can
did
see that,
see-
can't you? Anyway, but
I did see some social media poster like saying, "Oh no, the F whatever it is, the Americans F fucking doodah stealth fighter."
but they
thing.
still use planes,
still
but they won't.
It's still going to be like it's the top. I was like, well, probably not. Like in 10 years, drones are going to be so manoeuvrable and that. I don't think like 10 drones are going to be able to take out a fighter, aren't they? Probably coordinated together.
Yeah, just they only got to hit it, didn't they? I suppose,
Yeah.
like or they'll use I don't know weird electrical nets and some shit, just weird shit.
Yeah.
It's weird
Just-
warfare.
Yeah, I think
real
it probably
fucking
will be
weird
obsolete.
weird.
They'll be able to,
Yeah.
like the drones will be able to outmaneuver a pilot in a plane.
I think we're going to end up with mechs, big giant robots. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it, but
No, I
you
don't
know what I
think we're
mean.
gonna-
Like,
people won't be in them.
or be like a drone piloted giant.
Yeah, the
mechs that-
future of all vehicles is going to be drones.
I think the future's Warhammer 40,000, not just like
I
the
think it's
big
probably
giant
more
titans,
Terminator.
to like Godzilla sized fucking robots going across the world fighting each other. Yeah, cool.
No.
Great idea. Love it.
You mean
Bring it
Pacific
as a
Rim?
as a major in the future army. Yeah, like,
Pacific Rim, like that?
yeah. Like big.
No. Why would you build a huge big robot that will be taken out by drones?
Good point.
There's no point, is there?
Nah.
No, I think drones, like drone tanks, drone drones, drone fighters.
Drone soldiers, isn't it? It's just like it's Terminator, isn't it? They're drones.
I did see another one where they were talking about I think it was something like 3 drone planes, not planes, but they were planes, controlled planes against a pilot and like a human pilot. And like as a war game type thing. Maybe drone controlled planes.
The drones are still a pilot though, piloted by pilots.
No, I think these are AI
like
drones.
automated.
Yeah.
Oh, because they've got them, haven't they? Like,
managed to defeat the human pilot. I'm not sure that's true, but they're obviously working on it.
Yeah.
But that's the future. The future.
Well, if you play
well, I suppose if the future of warfare is just fucking drones, let them get on with it. Like, let them go over there to that big old bit of wasteland, go blow each other up.
Yeah.
And whenever who's got the drones that are left, then you can win. There's not going to be that.
Well, again, does it? It's right. It's like saying put people in a boxing ring and that those two fight off, the two leaders, or whatever, and then that's that. But yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Because they're fighting over territory, so there's going to be humans there who are going to get killed by the drones. I
don't know if it works the same way. Like you play a computer game and you can change the level. Like you're playing a flying game.
Yeah.
You can shoot. I can't shoot down nobody anyway, still. But play a flying game and you can shoot down like other people. Then you play against bots at the levels low. You shoot down loads of them, and then you can do like harder and harder. Then you set the level so it's like what is it? Insane level. You're fucked. So is it like that? Like you just set insane level for these drones because humans cannot match that sort of thing. But they'll have because they won't be affected by G forces. Yeah, if they literally just be
they
like,
can make the equipment to withstand the G forces and do maneuvers.
Connect that way. If they can connect that way, then definitely. There's no reason.
Is that what we've been seeing with these UAPs doing these insane maneuvers? They're just human technology they're testing.
Well, it's technology, but it doesn't. I mean,
is it human technology?
I mean, it's been going on for a long time now, isn't it? I mean, you're talking like decades. It's not a new thing. We know it's not a new thing. These UAPs, it's been going on for decades. Maybe hundreds of years.
I prefer UFOs.
Yeah, so do I.
See, they're doing it again.
They're messing with you. Yeah,
they're They're controlling us. No, they're programming us to think a certain way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Fucking unalive and that sort of shit.
Unalive, yeah.
You can't say killed anymore or murdered. You have to say unalived.
Unalived. What,
that
wasn't there, and it just was there, wasn't it?
Everyone's been, because we've all been trained now to the algorithm. Oh, the algorithm will block us if we say murdered. It's like
when I kill people, I say I killed them. I don't say I unalived them. I'm going to unalive you.
Doesn't know the difference between unalive and murdered. It's ridiculous. They're programming everyone to speak a certain way.
How's this for street thingy? You cunt, I'm going to fucking kill you. You cunt, I'm going to fucking unalive you. Oh, you're going to unalive me, are you? Ooh. Unalive me. Ooh. That's what it's like that, isn't it?
There you go.
Bruv.
See if this gets through YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
It will, won't it?
Oh, you have to say unalive.
I don't. Is anything? None of ours have been taken off YouTube, have they? I don't think.
I haven't even checked.
No one watches them.
No.
Someone will watch them at some point.
I think if anyone watched them, they might. But anyway, let's not go on. Let's not feel sorry for ourselves, bro.
No, I don't. Feel sorry for you.
Do you,
bitch? So I can get rid of Zelensky. Get rid of that Zelensky. Don't talk about that. Yeah, I've got a little story. I haven't read it. Might be interesting. Might not. It's not that interesting. 5th case of Mpox strain detected in UK. UK Health Security Agency.
You've done it again.
What?
What's it called?
The UK Health Security Agency.
Of what strain of what?
5th case of monkeypox strain.
What did you call it?
Mpox, because it
What
said
did
it on
they
there.
call
Reading the
I know, but that's
Mpox.
it. It's again.
Yeah, they changed it, didn't they? Yeah,
programmed.
exactly. Yeah. So the latest case of clade 1B Mpox was detected in Leeds. The individual, who is now under specialist care at Sheffield Teaching Hospital NHS Foundation Trust, had recently returned from Uganda, which is seeing community transmission of the new strain. Professor Susan Hopkins, Chief Medical Advisor, said the risk to the UK population remains low following this fifth case, and we are working rapidly to trace close contacts to reduce the risk of any potential spread. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's just a tiny little scare story. Yeah, like a little scare story. Oh, do you know what I heard? Like, there was some police, there was, the other day there were like bomb scares in different places in the UK, supposed. Apparently these were just police exercises. They didn't tell the public this, but they were police exercises. But people saw the police using paper maps instead of using, actually, which they wouldn't normally do, like weren't using their digital maps or GPS, stuff like that. They were going around using paper maps. So I reckon they're planning for, obviously, electronic warfare, etc. Like having no GPS and no internet and stuff like that. Yeah, just saying, but it wasn't made known to the public. It must be made known to the public or something, but it was not official. So that was the one little thing that popped up the other day.
That makes sense to.
It does, of course it does.
Like proper maps.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it to scare people. for entertainment purposes only. And by the time anyone actually listens to this, it'll be 6 years in the future or something. I don't know.
You'll be
like when you go back and listen to other people's historical podcasts, didn't you? Like the back catalogue. You must have done that, didn't you, for stuff?
Not really.
No.
Yeah,
Some?
I suppose.
America, maybe.
No.
Bit of the old.
I think the only one that I went back and listened to loads of earlier podcasts would be those conspiracy guys.
There you go. Yeah, but they're and they're really long podcasts. They're long ones, aren't they? Those conspiracy guys, the Irish guys, isn't it?
two or 3 hours. Yeah.
I've done high side chats, load of high side earlier chats. Again, a lot of this stuff I haven't listened to for a long time. Yeah, Pro America, high side chats, campfire story or whatever. Anyway, moving on.
I have a thought about podcasts. Listen to them because I listen to it loads of times. Listen to podcasts while I'm at work.
Yeah,
I'm sort of getting bored with a lot of the what you call the conspiracy ones.
Yeah,
because it's the same stuff, and a lot of them are just talking shit.
Mm.
I mean, according to me, according to them, they're
we talk shit.
They're not like us where we're just having a chat. They've got knowledge, man. They're giving us the knowledge.
Yeah, giving us
a lot
knowledge.
Of it is just, I don't know. I listen to it. I think no.
This is what I was saying.
Basically, no.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm bored with the talk. Let's walk the walk. Bring me some Godzilla stomping aliens size of whatever.
But I prefer to listen to like stories of people seeing aliens, or just listen to people talking about their encounters with Bigfoot and stuff like that, because it's more interesting. The deep like conspiracy stuff where people are talking about the deep state and how everyone's controlled, and the British royal family still controls America, and there's got all these little links and different things, and it's all layered and interlinked together. And I mean, maybe it is, but a lot of it, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like telling me something I don't know, because I know this shit. I know it's all controlled. I know all that. I know I don't know, etc.
That's the point. I don't know if it is all controlled, but there's two different realities.
All right.
Like realities. That's what I'm seeing it as now. And I don't know if none of them are really true. But if you're on, let's say, the normal side, we call it the normal, where you believe most of what they tell you about history and that, and it links into science and how stuff progresses. And you've got the other side, which is not. And a lot of it isn't. I don't know. Just a lot of it annoys me because they take threads like that are not connected and tie them together. It seems to me. And some people are so sure about what they're saying. I don't know if they. if what they're saying isn't true, but a lot of it doesn't seem to be true.
A lot of people are very good at talking, aren't they? You know, like
Yes.
they've got good voices, good radio voices, podcast voices, and they're very good at explaining themselves, talking, and very good at, you know, keep going.
And they
sort
seem
of thing.
so
It makes
sure
it very
of what they're
convincing.
saying. But then if you listen to what they're saying with a critical ear or critical eye, if they're on a podcast that you're watching, and you think, no, basically no. Yeah.
No,
Because some of it, the good thing is, or the way they do it is they weave in, which are truths, you know they're truths, with the stuff that they know that other people don't know, you know, and they've gathered this knowledge.
A little bit extra of knowledge.
And them and this knowledge and the other people, and they're in this group and they've found it and now they're giving it to you and you can be enlightened too. But it's, I don't know, a lot of it now is just...
Buy the t-shirt.
To me,
it's quite big business, though, isn't it? Like selling,
it's huge
conspiracies
business
now, like getting subscriptions and stuff like that. And
maybe if we didn't put down other conspiracy things, maybe we'd be big too, bro.
Well, we didn't slag off.
Yeah, me saying I don't believe in all the conspiracies.
No, I don't. I think maybe if we didn't put our podcast under entertainment and Disney or something like that, then we.
Yeah,
whatever it went under.
Did we sell
I don't
out
know.
to Disney? They didn't send us a check.
No, they just
Anyway,
get Disney
that's
Channel for free now.
I've been listening to a lot, and now I'm sort of not listening to as many what you would call the conspiracy, because they're just not entertaining anymore. I've heard it all, and a lot of it's just bullshit.
I do like all the. I love It Happened to Me. You know, the stories It Happened to Me. There used to be
those ones.
it might have even been the books. Might have been called. That's what I started with. It Happened to Me books, like mini books about stories. You know, the ghost stories and all that stuff, and it's brilliant. I love it. I love to hear a good ghost story or good UFO story, abduction stories and stuff like that. You know, the whole dirty sort of thing. And I like reading people's short Salvia experiences, and it's like that's the sort of thing, personal experiences, not all the deep dark
Not the,
this sort of thing. And
the Fed was set up by Jews who wanted to take over the world.
you're anti-Semitic.
No, but at the moment, the Jews, what did they do? They're taking over the world. They started the Russian Revolution because they wanted to destroy Russia, because Russia was old Tataria, and now they're trying to do the same to America because America was really old Tataria as well. I don't know.
Didn't they set up America and what? And then now they want to destroy it? Isn't that shit? Like, it's all like, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Like that whole, because they'll all be fighting each other.
Well,
they're the same.
Yeah, but they are all fighting each other as well now. Well, no. Well, the one I said to earlier was like Trump. Trump's great. Charles is bad. Well,
no.
Apparently.
Not.
The one I was listening to earlier, they were saying the bloke was saying really good talker, but he was saying Trump is coming in and he's going to dismantle the monetary system using Bitcoin or whatever. It's like, Trump is plainly not going to dismantle the monetary system because he'd lose all his power. Where he gets his fame and fortune from is the current monetary system. He's not getting rid of it. None of them are getting rid of it. They all want it there because otherwise they don't.
I'm not so sure about that, right? Because if they're set up for a new system, because they know their system, it literally is very, very broken, and they can't keep it running. If they've got themselves set up for a new system, then it doesn't matter if they collapse the old one, etc.
Do you not think they can keep it running?
Yeah, because some scammy whatever way, they just keep it revolving around into some other shit.
Yeah.
Some bail-ins, bail-outs, and whatever fucking whatever they want to do. Yeah,
they just make up the rules. It's like, everyone, we've got your savings in the bank. We just have a bail-in now and take all your money because the banks need to keep running because it's the system. Otherwise, you're all going to be starving. It's like, okay,
they'll just reinvent inflation or something.
Yeah, you didn't lose all your money through the fucking bail-ins, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because our money's not in these banks. Our money's in the other special banks, which doesn't apply to this. Yeah, they're not getting rid of... Trump's not... Trump is not getting rid of... He's not here to save everyone and get rid of the monetary system that we've got now.
He's here to make more money for himself and
Bitcoin,
his family and whatever.
Bitcoin, which, or crypto, which can't be manipulated by, just creating cryptos out of nothing. Well, you can create cryptos out of nothing, but established
Yeah, they
crypto
do.
like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is established that there's only so much Bitcoin there's ever going to be. Trump is not here to make the world system, so there's only so much money. That's the amount of money that everyone gets, and you can never create any more. That's not what he's here for. And anyone who believes that is a fucking idiot.
He's here to divide America and start a civil war so the Jews can take over.
That's quite possible. As he quite likes them, although he'd be on their team, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Their team. He's
on Team Jew, isn't he?
Team Jew.
Isn't he?
Are we allowed to say Jew?
I think you're allowed to say Jew.
Jew.
Jewish
Jew.
person.
Jew. Wait, big nose.
Going back to social media, did see another post.
Yeah.
There was a protest somewhere. There was those, I think they're Hasidic Jews, what they're called, the curly bits. And
Yeah.
hats, but they were supporting Palestine. They were like, they had signs, and there was just some woman who was obviously Jew. She was like saying to the Hasidic Jews, "What are you doing? You're against that bit." And the bloke was like, "Yeah, because they're Zionists. They're killing everybody." And she was like, "How can you do that?" She was literally crying at these other Jewish people.
I saw it. Yeah.
What are you doing? You're against your own people. It's like, yeah, because they're murdering everyone.
Yeah.
And she just was having a breakdown, like mental. She couldn't mentally comprehend how he could be against, or not against, but like standing up and saying the Jews were bad. And she was,
he's for
in her mind, if you spoke out against the Jewish, what was going on, what the Jewish state was doing, you were a terrible person. Because you're a Jew, you had to support everything that the state is doing. It's such a weird mindset.
That is really, really utterly brainwashed, aren't it? Isn't it? Like
because there's plenty of countries.
It's like you have to support us, otherwise we're going to get destroyed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's.
It was just it was an interesting thing.
I did see that bit. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, it's good that there's some. Well, they really have lots of demonstrations in Israel, haven't they? Again, started up again.
Yeah.
Because they were getting rid of like the prosecutor and shit like that. I don't understand their politics. Apparently, there's a ceasefire there now.
No, not in Gaza.
Taken out
in Lebanon, isn't it?
Lebanon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when the Israelis went in, the Lebanese army didn't take any part in it, did they? They left and let the Israelis come in and bomb the shit out of it. And now the Israelis have pulled out. The Lebanese army's come back. They're like, we're safe now because Israel are not going to. Like, what?
Is that what happened?
Yeah, apparently they just because Hezbollah's been like whatever. Then not really sure what happened there. It's a bit strange.
I don't know. War. What is it good for? People should just stop joining the army.
Yeah, it makes good films. I think pointed that out again. Makes good historical, great films.
I know. I do like military tech. I like tanks. Tanks are cool. Fighters are cool.
Yeah.
Just wish we didn't have people who wanted to fly them. Oh, in the future there won't be. Like I said, it'll be just drones.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
People should just not join the army. People, if you listen to this, don't join the army. There's no soldiers. They can't have a war.
Join the army and get yourself a what's it called? A learning skill, like become an electrician or whatever. Join the army and get what's it called? When you're an electrician or you're a plumber? No, it's called something. You're trade. Get yourself a trade and then leave.
Yeah.
Just
in the middle of you learning your trade, they'll be like, "Oh, off you go to the front. You have to go, don't you?" So just don't join in the first place and just go and get a trade.
Well, yeah, that's probably the best. Yeah. I think it's more for people who are not necessarily You don't need to be There's always going to be armies.
Military, not for smart people. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's not really, is it? Like most, especially the infantry.
I'd have fitted in well in the army.
No,
when I was younger, I would have been no. And plus, I was like, follow the rules, do as you're told.
I would never have fitted in. I wanted to join the army at some point. I actually did.
No, I would have really. I was thinking about it the other day.
You weren't following the rules. You were when you were like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
No, I remember you 18 to 20. Actually, you had kids.
Follow the rules.
Ish.
Yeah. I'd have been a good soldier.
You probably would. You would have been a good soldier because you do like that, all that uniformity, following the rules, and
yeah,
you do.
I would have been awesome.
You're a bit too nice, if you know what I mean. Maybe.
There's
a lot of difficult people in the army. A lot of
Yeah, but
People that have difficult, you know,
wasn't talking about
difficult
them, I was talking
childhoods
about
and stuff
me.
like that. All right, yeah.
I would have been a good soldier. I would have followed the rules. I probably would have followed them to the point of
Getting killed.
being a war criminal.
Whoa,
What?
whoa, brother, no.
It's like just follow orders, isn't it? I was just folling orders. I probably would have.
Whoa.
You're saying that.
Whoa.
Being honest with yourself. Look at yourself.
Whoa.
Look at your darkness. Know what know what you could have been. I'm not now. I wouldn't do it now.
What? What's that? Look at. Are you saying tell people? He's giving you career advice now. Look at yourself.
That's
Look
not
at your
what
darkness and see what.
I'm not giving
Embrace your
anyone
darkness and
career
see how
advice.
bad you
I'm
can
talking
be.
about if I had joined the army when I was like 18, I would have followed all the rules and potentially, because they would have even brainwashed me more, if it come to it, I'd have been like, my command officers go in that village and use this flamethrower. I'd be like, okay.
I don't think the British did that. You should have joined the American army. Maybe, you know.
Maybe not. I didn't say they did do it, but I would have been one of the people. Maybe give me the flamethrower.
I think so
Just
because
following orders.
autism gets rid of your compassion a bit, doesn't it?
I haven't got autism.
Well, you say that. I say you have a bit.
I've been tested.
Get rid of your.
I took all the tests. I haven't been tested,
Yeah.
but you know when everyone says about tests, like that's dumb.
Yeah, I think maybe you got like that weird non-emotional filter ish
I got
somewhere
that.
somehow.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Just to put it down.
Yeah, something like
I wouldn't
that.
say it's non-emotional. It's just analytical.
Mm.
There's no need to be emotional
Like
about these
Oppenheimer.
situations. I think he probably was a bit aughty though.
Aughty. There's nothing wrong with Aughty. Aughty's good. Superpower apparently. Gets rid of
Yeah.
your filters, helps you burn villages.
Say it's a superpower. It's not really though, is it?
No, not really.
It's
Probably
that-
not. They
it's
say
just
that, don't they?
It's that stupid thing where
To make you feel better if
Yeah.
if you're like if you've got non-verbal autism and you can't walk. It's like you've got a superpower.
superpower vegetable soup. Come on, bro.
That's
Right, let's
bad.
move on.
That was so bad.
That was bad.
We don't
It's a
care, do we?
joke. It's for entertainment purposes only.
You might go
I'm
to
not
prison
sure
for
that was entertaining. Pardon?
You might go to prison for that.
Might do. Actually, probably could.
Probably could.
Did you see Did you see the meme of Starmer where they put Starmer and on,
Yes.
what's it?
As
Ian
a-
Brady? Was it Ian Brady?
Liam
No, not Liam. Ian Brady and Myra
Liam
Hindley.
Brady, the ex-Arsenal player. Yeah.
And I saw
Yeah.
the police posted if anyone like shares or
No, it was a
Thingy
parody.
Bobs,
That's a
this is-
parody account. That police
or
one.
was it because I
Yeah,
thought it was real. I was like, fuck me, that's pretty steep.
No, it's a parody.
Okay.
They post
Probably
lots
should
of
have
stuff
looked
like
into
that.
it
But
more.
you should repost
I could
it.
imagine the police saying it though.
I could imagine. Yeah,
Like if you post this
Exactly.
or share it, you'll share or like it, you're gonna get whatever arrested. I
insane.
mean, in the modern UK, it could happen.
Yeah,
Could it?
scary, isn't it? It could. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I reckon. Yeah,
I
anything.
don't know whether it could or not.
Literally
I
anything.
suppose if it hurt Keir Starmer's feelings, then you could probably get arrested for it,
Probably. Yeah.
or anyone's feelings.
You
Yeah,
hurt
should
my
we move
feelings.
on?
Should we move on? Well, like do something. Do like that. Do like a thing.
Do like a thing, yeah. Are you all right? Do you need a break or anything?
No, go on, you're right. But I will say that just one more. No, let's move on. Actually,
No, go on,
don't
if
worry.
you've got-
No,
if
it's
you've
just about assisted dying. That is set to be legalised after MPs backed a historic bill that would give some terminally ill people the right to end their lives. The legislation cleared its first hurdle after the Commons voted 330 to 275, majority 55 in favour of terminally ill adults. End of life bill. I'll have to look into like the whole sort of thing of it, but I've talked about this before. It's a slippery slope.
The setup for it originally seems like it's got checks and balances. You can't just anybody do it.
But it seems to. Do you know what
But,
worries
like,
me?
it could be a slippery slope.
Is that it's kind of like a worldwide kind of thing, which makes me think it's come from the WEF or something like that. I don't know 100% whether it has. Like it's come. It's like a thing
Is it
that's
a worldwide
pushed.
thing though?
Yeah, it's kind of like a pushed
What,
at the same time. Like
three countries. Is it?
no,
Four countries.
it's a fair
Is
bit
it
more
though?
than like being pushed. I mean, again, I can't talk about it. Maybe next week I'll talk about a bit more in depth about it because it would have been probably gone through by then. Then we will see where it originated, etc. Do you know
Where
what?
It originated from.
No, you know what I mean. I'm just talking about the push for it now. That where it's come from. Well, I'll look into that and maybe we could talk about that because I
The
don't
thing,
know.
although, is it a push for it now? Because it's been around for a long time.
Well, I feel that it is, unless it's just because this government's come in and they're the ones that are pushing it. But again, I'll look into it. I don't know. So, as a conspiracy thing, and then see.
Yeah, the assisted dying thing's been around for a long time.
See what threads I can join to other threads and bullshit
Yeah,
or whatever.
you do that.
It's all about. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's just move on to more light-hearted entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. What?
As we normally do. In the second part of our, we talk about all the crap that we don't know anything about, and then we go off and talk about something.
More
stuff we don't know about. So if we'll go with something a little bit light-hearted, which was times where people have gone to court, what would you say, through supernatural means? Of like suing ghosts and God and...
They've like tried to take...
cases.
Devil and God to court and stuff like that.
Definitely in there.
Judicial demons, we'll call it, or something like that.
So these are like 10 cases where people have tried the supernatural.
What about, like, I'm going completely off branch. Like, people that are trying to take their parents to court for having them. You know, like, I never asked to be born. Like,
it's happened.
You did.
They should just be slapped.
They should. They should be, they should have to go through, hypnotic regression to see, go like into their previous life, to literally see you actually selected to go into your dad's balls. Basically, that was the you did. You pinpointed your dad's balls so that you would fly into your mum. It was your choice, not your parents' choice. It was your choice. Bitches.
Yeah, I don't think everyone believes that.
No, I don't know. Kind of ish. I think it's possible.
What sort of brain fart would you have to think you take your parents to court to sue for having you?
Like, you selfish motherfuckers. They literally... I don't know. Do you know what?
Backwards thinking would you have to be?
I know there's billions of people on the planet, but actual life, humans being born and successfully, you know, being conceived and going through all that shit and then actually being born, it's a fucking miracle because of everything that they've got to go through to actually, and then get through childhood and all that and grow up. Mate, I tell you what, everyone on this planet is a miracle. It is. It's so amazing.
But the whole backwards thinking in your head is, I'll sue my parents for having me. It's like, they couldn't ask you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just some sort of weird power trip, innit?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Get the guilt trip thing.
How much do you hate your parents?
No, it's how much you hate yourself that you blame it on your parents. That's what it is.
Yeah, and that, yeah. You just hate everything.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a horrible person. Anyway,
you know what?
Shall we carry on?
Yeah. Is that what assisted dying's been made for? Those people. Anyway.
Don't think so.
I'm going to start your little thing. That's just a little thing. It's just a thing, isn't it? I start at number 10 then. It's like at the beginning of number 10.
Some website somewhere.
It's just
we'll count down to 1.
Okay,
I'm not
cool.
sure they're in any particular order, but...
Let's read this. Supernatural things are, by their very nature, outside the realm of the everyday world. Some people believe in them. Some do not. Most of the time, disputes... I'm not going to read it like that. Disputes about ghosts or spirits are something that happens over the dinner table or in the pub. Disputes? Discussions, but sometimes they get dragged into serious matters. Throughout history, there have been a number of cases where courts have been forced to rule on issues relating to ghosts, gods, and general dubious beings. Here are 10 lawsuits where the supernatural was put on trial. Number 10. Go for it, because that's a difficult name.
All right. Francisco Candido Xavier, better known as Chico Xavier, was one of the most popular Brazilian authors of the 20th century. The author of 450 books. There was something special about his method of working. All of his texts, Xavier claimed, were channeled through him by spirits in the process called psychography. Xavier was is it Xavier or Xavier?
Xavier.
That's what I thought.
Xavier.
Although, if you were Dr.
It's whatever you want it to be, it's not here. What do you want it to be?
Well, I prefer Xavier, but if I was
Just
American,
do Xavier, because it's hard, it's easier to say.
I'd be Xavier, wouldn't it?
Just be Xavier.
I know.
Xavier. There you go.
No, Xavier was a spiritualist and believed that mediums like himself could contact disembodied spirits. Are there any other types of spirits?
We're
disembodied spirits.
We're embodied spirits. They're disembodied spirits.
Okay.
It's just wordplay. Come on.
I know it is, but if they just said contact his spirits, people would think the same thing.
Including the souls of the dead. So what other spirits are there?
Yeah, I don't know. Souls of the Living. Demons.
We
Many
know-
of
we
his
know what
books
you
were
mean. We know
actually
what they
written
mean.
by other dead writers. This brings up a number of ethical and legal problems. The one that concerned the family of the deceased poet Umberto di Campo was who should get the royalties of these posthumous works. Xavier
right.
claimed that Di Campo had written them through him, but it was Xavier who took the money. Di Campo's family thought the money should be theirs, or Xavier should admit he was faking the works and sued. The case came to trial in 1944, with the family insisting that everyone involved in the trial, including Humberto Di Campio's spirit, should be forced to attend. Alas, before he could turn up, the judge dismissed the case as dead people have no civil rights and a family could only claim ownership of works produced by an author before their death. In 1981, 2 million signatures were collected from people calling for Xavier to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. He did not get it.
Okay. Why would you get the Nobel Peace Prize? I'm going to have to investigate this
I don't
guy.
know why they wanted to give him the Nobel Peace Prize, but
What do you think about
the
that?
petition is probably as valid as the one asking for another election.
Yeah, what is all? Well, we know what that's about. It's like, yeah, there should be one because there's like 2.5 million, 3 million, whatever. That's what elections are about, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly.
Regardless of, they're all governments are cocks, and each government's just as cocky as
Yeah,
dickish,
we'll
whatever.
get
isn't it?
another election in 5 years.
Yeah.
So he said he wrote it through spiritualism, like, the dead person. So the family said, yeah, well, you owe us the money. It's
Because he
like
admitted
how-
that he was like, which
no.
no, I don't.
Anyway.
think so. I think
He
it
got
should be
thrown out.
dismissed.
He got thrown out of court before.
What do you think?
What do I think? What I think it's dumb.
It's a dumb court case.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you think about
if your dad was a writer and then he died, and then someone said they wrote a book, it was your dad's words.
I'd just be.
Would you say,
I'd be
"Give me
like, I
some
wouldn't want the
money-
money. No, keep the
me
money
some
because
money
you wrote
from
my
the
dad's
book."
words. I'd be thanking them that I could read. Like, oh wow, dad's like
Yeah.
a writer now.
Although I think the family may be doing it to prove that he was a fraud.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, do you think? Oh, yeah, to say that he's not.
Yeah, I don't think they were really.
If you're so
after
good, then
the-
you should get the.
I don't think they were really after money. I think they were maybe because he was taking their,
They put.
let's say their
They were
dad,
probably up.
their dad's name and saying, "Oh, I've written a book by this name." It's
Yeah.
like if I write a book and say, "Oh, I've been channeling J.R. Tolkien,"
Yeah, yeah. Good point.
you know what I mean? And
It'd be a very good book.
no, well, no, it probably if I wrote it, it'd be trash. 'cause
David
I'd be
Gemmell. What
faking-
about David Gemmell?
I'd be
Channel
faking
David
it.
Gemmell.
But if I thought I really could, then they're trying to prove whether it's fake or real. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that he should get the money. Whatever they should be thanking him that he's produced their.
Okay, but I don't think they believed him. That's the point.
No, I mean,
They were just trying to get him to admit he's faking it.
I think he probably. Do you know what? Actually, I think he probably is faking it because
Right. Anyway, let's move on. He
it's
probably
not
was.
the sort of thing you do for.
Number
Is it?
9. I'll read this.
Oh.
When bad luck strikes, it's a natural reaction to shake our fists at fate, fortune, or the gods. For most of us, we simply get on with life. But some people decide that someone has to pay for the bad luck. Americans are known to be litigious people, so it should really be no surprise that God has been brought to trial in the United States. When Betty Penrose's house in Arizona was struck by lightning and burned down,
yeah.
there was really only one person to blame. With the help of a lawyer boss, a case was brought in California in 1969 against God, seeking $100,000 in damages as they alleged God controlled the operation of the universe, including the weather in and upon the state of Arizona. The case was able to be heard in California because a property had recently been transferred to the legal ownership of God. If God could own property, then he could be sued. However, the deed for this transfer was ruled to be invalid, but Penrose's case had already been adjudicated. She won, by the way, but was never able to collect her judgment.
Oh,
Well, so she sued
They
God
were
and
trying-
won.
yeah. Do you know what? So they got struck by lightning, but they'd seen that some property worth 100 or whatever it was worth was given, to be owed by God. They were like, right, okay, we're going to have that. We're going to as a scam, but obviously they couldn't because you can't. Do you know what happened? God got involved. He just threw the case out. He was just
No,
like,
he didn't. She
I'm go-
won.
No. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, but she couldn't get the money. He
No,
was like,
'cause
ha.
God didn't
have
give her the
some of that.
money.
Yeah, he was just like, have some of that irony. He won,
So
but you still don't get the
apart
money.
from murdering murdering the entire world, apart from what's his name, Noah and his ark.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also owes what's her name $100,000.
Yeah,
snake.
basically, yeah.
Snaky person.
Snake.
Pay up,
Bunch of
God.
Snake. Which one?
Pay up, Jupiter. Not the same God.
I didn't do lottery tonight. Damn. When you are in charge of the whole universe, it makes sense that the buck will finally stop with you. He has been sued multiple times. In 2007, Ernie Chambers, a state senator from Nebraska, became the latest to try. Chambers was seeking a judicial injunction to order God to stop his fearsome floods, egregious earthquakes, horrendous hurricanes, terrifying tornadoes, pestilential plagues, ferocious famines, devastating droughts, genocidal wars, birth defects and the like. God could be sued in Nebraska thanks to his being omnipresent and having putative agents, priests, operating for him. Because God was omnipresent, he could not claim to be unaware of the harm he was causing. The case made it before a judge, but was dismissed as God could not be contacted and summoned to trial. For Chambers, however, this was a victory. He had no intention of suing God. He was simply trying to make a point that any case deserved to be heard, not simply dismissed as frivolous. A trial involving rape and the plaintiff's right to call the crime a rape had been dismissed previously as frivolous. Okay.
So he's standing up for people's rights to a trial.
Yeah. Basically. Go on, what are you doing?
I was just thinking about that. So he sued God because he wanted to. Yeah.
There'd been a trial, but it's been dismissed as frivolous before, but.
I mean, how can a rape trial be dismissed as frivolous?
Well, it's fucking bludges, isn't it? Just like. Ugh.
Yeah.
Right,
number 7. When a person is baptized, do they form a binding legal contract with God? That was a question at the heart of the Romanian prisoner's lawsuit. Pavel Mercia was serving a 20-year prison sentence for the murder when he came to believe that his crimes were actually due to Satan. Why had God not protected him from Satan's influence? God, he claimed, had been happy to accept his prayers and offerings, but had failed to deliver on the benefits that being a Christian was supposed to provide. Thus, God was in breach of a contract. As God's representative, Mercia was also suing the Orthodox Church. Mercia's efforts were in vain. The case was dismissed as God was not a citizen or company in Romanian jurisdiction.
Interesting. Is it interesting?
I don't know. It's just weird. It's like
Hey,
why
like, he
people
done-
try and get off with shit.
It's
That's
like
so
God.
good.
He didn't. But they'll say the church would say, well, you get when you die, that's when you go and do the. You get your reward. It's not
Contracts
not an
fulfilled,
earthly
yeah.
reward. It's a heavenly reward. So
Yes, probably.
yeah,
That'd be
that's what
good
I'd say, anyway.
defence.
Right, number 6. Heaven
You should be
actually
a
claimed
lawyer.
to.
The church.
I've already set up to be a major, so. Number 6. Helen Ackley claimed to have experienced years of poltergeist activity in her New York home. She talked about experiences in several press articles, and her home soon began to get a reputation for being haunted. When she sold the house to Jeffrey Stamboski, she is said to have informed him about the hauntings, to which he replied, "We'll have to call in the Ghostbusters." Then the contract was signed. Soon, however, Stamboski got cold feet. He claimed to have only just found out about the hauntings and wanted to pull out the sale. He then took Ackley and a real estate agent to court, claiming fraudulent misrepresentation of the property. A first trial was dismissed, but Stamboski appealed. The court then ruled that, as a matter of law, the house is haunted. This was not because they found that ghosts are real, but rather because having a reputation of being haunted would affect the value of the property. Also found that buyers had a duty to check a property before they buy, but that as ghosts cannot be seen, they allowed the contract to be broken. Okay. So basically, he didn't realise the reputation of the place. This is what he said, even though he was told about it. He didn't realise that people would be turning up and,
Yeah.
or it was really some bad shit going on and he didn't want to stay there or whatever. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe
I think,
the house
is there
was
not a
just-
law? There's a law, isn't there? I don't know. Like in this country, that you have to tell people if someone's died there or something like that, or been
I don't
killed
think
there.
there is. I know there are. It depends on the state. In the US, it depends what state you're in. You have to disclose stuff like that, but it's not everywhere.
What's
I
it
don't
like
know
in
if
this
there's
country?
anything in. I don't think there is anything in the UK.
You wouldn't have to
Otherwise-
disclose it's haunted, would you? But
No. Otherwise, what? That someone died there, or if it's haunted? I don't think
yeah,
so.
I thought,
know
I thought you had to.
definitely is in some states in the US. You have to say whether the house is haunted or whatever, but not in every state.
Brilliant. You can do this one as a dodgy name again. Number 5.
Number 5. In 1919, a Mr. Herman Mayer was informed
Nailed
by
it.
a Mrs. Birchall that there was a fortune in oil on her property. All he had to do was get a share of his bountiful oil was to invest in her oil company. He did, put in $10,000 of his money. That was a vast sum. Why did he have so much faith that oil would be discovered? Mrs. Birchall had been told about the oil by a medium who had learned about the oil from a spirit. Hermemeyer sued Birchall to get his money back when the ghostly oil prospector proved to be wrong. No oil was found. Hermemeyers contended that his mind was in an abnormal and irrational condition when he believed the spirit, so his money should be returned to him. The court did not agree. While it did not deny that it might be possible for spirits to communicate with the living, these subjects belong to the realms and powers that as yet must generally be classed as purely speculative, and not so established by evidence, cognizable by the law which we are required to administer as to be classed as facts, as among proven things. He had chosen to act on his belief in ghosts, so the investment was not made on the basis of fraud. So
Yeah, it's just his.
yeah, it was like
It's just his decision to invest
it was
it.
his
and
decision. He
I always
chose to
think-
believe that a medium contacted a spirit and said, there's oil here. So he's like, you can have this money. And the court said, well, you chose to believe it. Same as if, I don't know, anyone had told you.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Anyone's like, I had a dream that there's oil
There's
there.
always
you
like
chose to invest. Yeah.
if you investing in stocks, etc., is not a guaranteed way of making money. Your capital is at risk, so make sure you can afford to put in whatever.
I suppose the thing is, it wasn't like a person was, well, I suppose the medium could have been making it up, but he chose to believe that the medium was contacting ghosts.
Yeah, and yeah. So, and then if
Idiot.
he got money out of it, would he have had to give it all to the woman and not had any of it? Because you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. It's it was his choice to
Yeah.
believe in ghosts. No one was frauding him. Well, they were frauding him, but
yeah, literally.
they weren't just saying, I had a dream, there's oil
Yeah.
here. They were saying, a spirit told me, and he chose to believe that spirits are real and could tell people
Yeah.
that there's oil in the land. Idiot.
Right. In 1893, the Nebraska Supreme Court heard a case involving a will and the influence of ghosts. Elizabeth Handley was a widow who had strong spiritual beliefs. She was known to consult spirits, including that of her dead husband, using a planchette, so Ouija board. A bit like using a Ouija board, okay? When she died, her will was read and it announced that almost all of her estate was to be sold and the money left to a charity called the Home of the Friendless. Her children sued on the grounds that the will had been made on the advice of the spirit of their dead father. The court found that the will should stand. Law is of the earth, earthy, and that spirit wills are too celestial for cognizance by earthly tribunals. A proposition readily conceded, and yet the courts have not assumed to deny to spirits of the departed the privilege of holding communion with those of their friends who are still in the flesh, so long as they do not interfere with the vested rights or by the means of undue influence seek to prejudice the interests of persons still within our jurisdiction. Since the dead woman was not insane in her belief, she was free to leave her money however she wanted. So what did it mean at the end? They
Right, the
weren't
court found the
denying
will
that.
should stand. They're saying,
so-
it's earthly, but because she was of sound mind when she made the will, even if she believed that it was spirits telling her, then it still stands because
they
it was up to
basically,
her.
and they were given a bad rap rapping the knuckles of spirits, saying you shouldn't interfere in our jurisdiction because you're not here, so you shouldn't be given those things. But even if you did, she was a sound mind, so she can decide who she wants to give it to.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they were but the family took it to court saying it was the dead father who had done it, told her to.
Yes.
And they were like, actually, it was her who made her mind up, not the dead father, or something like that. Was it? I don't know.
Pretty much. Yeah.
More or less, sort of like a bit strange.
Yeah. Her children sued on the grounds that the will had been made on the advice of her dead father. Hey, it's up to yeah. They basically just said she's allowed to make up her own mind.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Back it up, buttercups. Go on, you do this one.
Right, number 3. There is only one case in the United States where the evidence of a ghost has led to a successful conviction. When Edward Shue's wife, Zoa, was found dead at the bottom of the stairs in her house, he moved her to the bed and dressed her in a high-necked collar before the doctor could arrive. When the doctor came, he examined the body except for the neck and the head, which were hidden and which Shue was cradling in anguish. Most accepted the finding that it had been a simple accident. Zona's mother suspected foul play, however. At night, Zona's ghost would come to the grieving mother and tell her what had really happened. The ghost claimed she had been strangled and had her neck broken at the first joint. Zona's mother pushed for an investigation and the dead woman was exhumed. She was found to have been strangled and had her neck broken at just the place the ghost had mentioned. Edward Shue was charged with murder, perhaps hoping to discredit the ghostly testimony. Zona's mother was called to give evidence about the apparition. Evidently, the jury found her convincing, for they found Shue guilty of murder and he was sentenced to life in prison.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember seeing about that. It was like
that's pretty.
What year? It doesn't show the year, does it? But yeah, it was like old westy like kind of thing.
That's like one of the best stories.
That's pretty cool. I like that one. Do we think real? Has to be, doesn't it? Does it? But you'd suspect her, wouldn't you? You suspect the mum, wouldn't you? If she knew. Nowadays.
Suspect her what?
You'd just expect her of doing it nowadays.
Well, not if she weren't in the house.
Obviously, there'd be post-mortem and everything like that. You know, like they'd know that she was murdered. But interesting.
A weird one.
Yeah, because she didn't live there. She lived quite far away. If I remember, didn't say it there, but I remember the story. Yeah, she wasn't like.
Yeah, I mean, from that story, I didn't think that she lived with them.
I don't know. Was she? I'm sure the story was they checked it when she was like in the casket. But whatever, we'll go with the story of being exhumed. Whatever. Right. Number 2. Today, ghost hunters generally go armed only with video recorders. When they tried to capture a ghost. This was not always the case. In 1804, there are many reports of a spirit attacking people in the Hammersmith area of London. It's said to be a tall man dressed all in white and may have been the restless soul of someone who took their own life. Gangs of men formed to search the streets for the phantom. When Francis Smith saw a man dressed all in white one night, he knew he'd found the ghost. He shouted to the ghost, "Damn you, who are you and what are you? Damn you, I'll shoot you." And he did. The bullet hit the ghost in the jaw and knocked him to the ground. What? Soon it became clear that the ghost was no more than a bricklayer called Thomas Millward, wearing the white garb that people at profession always wore. He died on the spot. Smith's report to trial for murder. The heightened tension caused by rumours of a ghost was no defence, so he was found guilty and sentenced to death. This was later commuted for a year of hard labour, but the president stands in English law that believing someone has a ghost is no justifiable reason to kill them.
Fair enough.
So there was like guy dressed, he was a bricklayer who had his garb on, got shot in the face, killed, and was like, yeah. So the ghost is still roaming free.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But
you can't think someone is a ghost and kill them in England and get away with it.
No.
There's a precedent in law.
Which, yeah, obviously, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I'm just,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean,
so if you're in like, it's Halloween and you're walking down the street and someone jumps out at you and like goes, "Whoa," and like got a costume on and you smash them in the head with your bottle of wine you carry and kill them. Murder.
With your axe, because you're like.
With your axe you're carrying, it's murder because you can't.
There's no justifiable.
Thinking they're a ghost is no justifiable way of killing them.
Right, you can do number 1. You the bitch.
Okay. Also interesting that, didn't say the year, does it? But the man had a gun on him.
1804.
Back in the UK.
1804 it was.
Number 1, suing the devil is a risky business.
It was 1804 during the Napoleonic War time.
1804, yeah. What happened in 1805? Battle of Trafalgar. That's 1805.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's still the Napoleonic War. So probably, yeah.
1805. Anyway, suing the devil is a risky business. One has to assume that the devil has access to all of history's greatest lawyers in his role as ruler of the damned. Nice line. Still, in 1971, Gerald Mayo, who was a prisoner in Pennsylvania, submitted a case against Beelzebub, not the same thing as the devil. According to the lawsuit, the devil was at the root of the Mayo's problems. Satan had, on numerous occasions, caused plaintiff misery and unwarranted threats against the will of plaintiff, that Satan had placed deliberate obstacles in his path and had caused the plaintiff's downfall. Because of these actions, Satan and all of his evil minions had denied Mayo his constitutional rights. The judge was forced to deny the motion to sue Satan for several reasons. There was no evidence that the devil was the resident of the district, so the court might not be in the right place to bring to trial. There was also the problem of delivering a summons to call to Satan. Few people would be willing to make the trip to hell to serve papers. So there you go. What was his name? Gerald Mayo tried to sue the devil, but they were like, no, we can't actually find the devil.
Here's a question for you. Would you feel more comfortable taking God to court or the devil? Or what would be scarier, taking God to court or the devil?
Well, probably God. Because I feel like God makes up the rules he goes along. Because he got found guilty and he didn't pay his fine. So he obviously don't care about the court rulings. Whereas I feel the devil would be like, okay, if I'm found guilty, I'll pay you or whatever. He seems more restricted.
Isn't God all like compassionate and forgiving, and the devil just be like, this ain't going to court, you're dead?
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be the
other way around. Do you reckon he'd go to court and he'd be like, whatever?
I feel the devil is constricted by laws. Don't you feel? I do. Philly's got like laws.
God's got no laws because he makes the laws. The devil's got certain laws.
He makes them up. So if there's laws, God can change them. Whereas the devil is constricted by him. Despite him wanting to break them, he's still confined to laws. So I think he would be easier to pin down in a courtroom. Maybe.
I think I'd feel more uncomfortable.
What, taking the
devil in the eye? Oh, the devil in the eye, or
yeah, I don't know. Well, really, because in the Bible you can't actually look at God without disintegrating, can you?
This is true. All right. Yeah, the actual, yeah. If you're talking,
you can't actually see the glory of God. That's why it comes to Moses as a bush, because if he saw this proper thing, he'd just cease to exist.
Would you feel more comfortable defending God in the court of law or the devil as a defence lawyer?
Well, I'd be terrible for defending both, but I think God would be more forgiving, would he? Yes. That he went to prison, had to pay $100 fine. I don't think the devil would be very forgiving. Although, just saying that, I think maybe the devil would.
I'd imagine the devil's not too keen on being locked up again, bro.
It'd be like, the devil would be like, oh, well, that's my sentence. I'll do that.
I'll do that.
I have to, because it's the law. That's weird. What a weird conversation.
It is an interesting conversation.
It could be one of those ones. That's what's it called? It's a dinner party question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good film. It's a good idea, isn't it?
What? Take God, the devil or God and the devil to court?
Well, one of them takes the other one to court.
What? The God takes the devil to court?
Or the devil takes God to court? No, it'd have to be
the devil would have to take God to court.
Yeah. No,
that's the only way you can get back at him.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
It makes no sense either way.
It'd be a libel thingy, wouldn't it? Like not a criminal thing, but a libel. Suing. The devil sues God for libel, for defamation or whatever it is.
Defamation.
I'm going to get chat whatever thingy to write a story about.
When you become better at a medium, you should get a dead writer to so you can channel that story. But don't tell the family, because they might
sue me.
Yeah, because they might sue you.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
Circle, man. Full
It's
circle.
interesting.
That would be a good dinner party question, though. Would you prefer to take the devil or God? Then again, it
Well,
would be like, what would we take?
I
him to
think
court
we may be having a little family get together next Saturday.
for? Okay, we'll ask them.
We'll ask them. We'll do that.
We'll ask the family.
During the karaoke.
Yeah.
Right, let's wrap this up because my eye's about to fucking do something. My face is about to.
You can't handle it, bro.
I'm going
Okay.
to. It's getting towards 12 o'clock, so I'm going to have to go like. It's not 12 o'clock, but 22,
No, we
22.
need to tell 12
I
o'clock,
know.
you idiot. Feels like it to you, though.
Need a poo
Okay,
as well.
people, thanks for listening in. We'll back next week. We should be. It'd be unprecedented if we do
Yeah,
like 4
mate,
weeks in a row. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, might need a break for a month. All right, let's try and do it.
Back in the new year.
Right, back.
Yeah, anyway.
See you next year. Brilliant.
Go for all
Love
the stuff again. Follow us on social medias, which we don't post on, but you can still contact us on there. Send us messages. Just look for the Big Conspire. Send us an email, bigconspire@hotmail.com. You can watch the shows live on Twitch and YouTube. That's Big Conspire. We will be back next week. See you later.
Yeah, hopefully.
Bye.
Should be. Bye. Brilliant. Lovely. Thank you.
There's no silent order.